everybody, and this is how to put a Western saddle on a horse. And here today with me is Sarah, and Sarah is going to be doing the first part, which is the saddle pad. Now, if your saddle pad has any kind of leather on the it like that, that is going to be the front of your saddle pad. Now you're going to put everything on the left hand side of the horse. That's the safe side. So first things first, we're going to put on the saddle pad. Okay, you want to come up to the horse's shoulder and make sure you put it on cleanly and smoothly. It's going to be up over the horse's withers. There you go. And you want to make sure the back of it is right here, kind of at the horse's hip. And the leather part right here is going to be protected. That's where your girth is going to go. Now it's time for the saddle. Okay, so here's your saddle. You want to grab the front of the saddle is called the pommel. The back of the saddle is called the cantle. You want to go ahead and pick it on up. If you want to, oh, be careful. If you want to, you can take that stirrup up and put it over your saddle horn. I will. That might help you out a whole lot. All right, now that you're in position, you want to go ahead and gently place the saddle up there. Very good. You want to make sure the front of the saddle and the back of the saddle pretty much have an equal amount of blanket, and that now here's the big thing. The first thing I want you to do is reach up underneath the front of that blanket and pull it up a little bit into the pommel of your saddle. So kind of make a little gap up there, so when the horse moves, that's going to keep that from pinching the horse. So always make sure you add a little bit of a gap up into the front of your saddle. Now the next thing is you move to the other side and pull everything down. Okay, now you're on this side. You want to go ahead and pull down your girth. You want to make sure that the center of your girth, which is right there, is going to hit the horse pretty much in the middle of its belly, right in there. And now we walk around to the other side and pull it through. Okay, see that long thing right there? That is the latigo. So what I want you to do with the latigo is go ahead and pull it on out flat. There you go. Now you take the end, because that is a safety cinch. It actually has two rings. So you run it through the first ring and then run it through the second. Make sure it's flat. There you go. And run it through and run it back up through your D. Okay, so now, no. Your D is up here. Oh, there you go. So run it through, not real tight, still kind of loose. There you go. All right. There you go. Pull the end.
I want it to twist.
There you go. Make sure it's not twisted. Okay, so down here, your second D, part of your D is part of that safety cinch. Now, if you only have one, you only have to run it through one. So run it through there. Good job. All right. Now, you don't want to pull it too incredibly hard, but just kind of pull it out. There you go. Now pull it out and away from you. There you go. Just pull it on out. And you want to be able to get about 3 fingers in there. So it's still kind of loose. There you go. Now you want to take your buckle. Take your buckle right there. Put it into the hole. Now come up here and you want to pop and lock. So you want to pull this out until it makes a popping sound. There you go. Oh, now you got to go back again. Yeah. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Just pull it on out into the next one. It's okay. Just pull it through. That just means you had to pull it a little bit more. Okay, once you get it through, now pop and lock it by pulling the outside. There you go. Good. Now take that end and put it up through the keeper right there.
This way?
Well, you can put it either way, but I actually prefer it. Yeah. And it'll come down through. Now, if it's too short at this phase, you can also put it right through there. But there you go. That's how you put a Western saddle on. All right, Sarah's putting on a much heavier saddle now. Wow. And this is a saddle with a back cinch. Okay, now with a saddle with a back cinch, again, you want to make sure that you pull up into the pommel. There you go. Now, first of all, this is a regular cinch, so pull out your latigo. Reach down, and you want to secure the front cinch first. If you're worried about it, you can always put a foot down there and grab it. But this is a single right here instead of a double or a safety cinch. So make sure it's flat. This is also a nylon latigo as opposed to a leather one. Still, pull it on out, then you'll run it back up and through the D. Try to hold it flat as possible. Aim for that lower D again. Now your first cinching is going to be a little loose, and then you're going to gradually tighten up, because you want to do for the horse's comfort. You don't want to just like pull it really bad, but pull it up enough so you get it to the next hole. So it's going to stay on there pretty nicely. So pull it on up. There you go. Now the same procedure with the pop and lock. So make sure you pull the out. There you go. Now run it up through the keeper. And now let's move to the back cinch. Okay, so you're going to grab underneath. If you want to put a boot down there and pull it, you can. But the big thing is the back cinch is going to be just kind of marginally tight at first, but eventually is going to tighten up. So right there is probably where it's going to end up being. So I would start it back right there where it's got its little mark. So you just put that in. Now remember, this is just to start. As soon as your horse has lunged or you've walked him around for a little bit, you're always going to tighten everything up. And especially tighten your cinch before you ride. But this is how the basics of a back cinch. Now you want to make sure you also put that into the keeper too. And you also want to make sure it's not going to go back, so you have something to hold it. And there you go, a horse with a back cinch. Well, thank you so much for joining us in today's video. And if you enjoyed the video, give us a like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe.